We're trying a new setup. We got, I'm standing now. They think I move around too much, so. But that's why you're here, right? VR news, and get a little bit of some action-packed news. On this episode, we're putting on our Spidey pants and we're getting virtual with a Spider-Man virtual reality experience. Secondly, we're talking a little bit about America. We're talking beer, we're talking Eagles, we're talking football and NASCAR. Just kidding, we're talking about education and VR. Next, we're gonna be talking, we're gonna finish it up. We're gonna wrap it up with a little bit of LIV. Have you heard of LIV? You're about to find out. Let's go! The mic is still plugged in, guys. The mic is still plugged. Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome to the show where we take everything that's happening in immersive tech, we boil it down, we bring it to you in this amazing, action-packed video. For our first story of the day, we're gonna talk a little bit about Spider-Man. Spider-Man, have you heard of him? He's been around for a while, but he's in a new dimension. We're not talking movies, we're not talking cartoons, we're not talking about action figures. We're talking about putting on a headset and becoming the man himself, Spider-Man. We had a chance to test it out here in the studio before giving you guys the skinny on what this thing was like. Oh, okay, so this is what they did. They incorporated the, like House of the Dead arcade. Yeah, like you just shoot off, like a boom, 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 boom. That's exactly what this is. This is the first time I've seen this mechanic in a game, like in a VR game. Woo, woo, woo! What is happening? It's clipping a lot. This is a free experience though, okay. Keep that in mind.
True, true.
Oh, you know what it is? I want to be able to walk around and move my head. I want to move in one direction, but the thing is, if you do that, it messes with the way you climb. I want to be able to climb up and look around, but I can't. See, if I look around, I go that direction. That's what's been. Initial impressions, that took a lot of time to get used to. So, I'm gonna boil it down because there's a lot of hype. Obviously, the new movie's coming out. Sony has done a lot to promote this new movie, Far From Home. It's got the VR title of the same name, and what they also did is they released an AR Snapchat filter that was location-based. So if you were at the TCL Theater, if you're at these select locations, you got a custom Spider-Man Snapchat filter. So this just furthers our point of saying that you can use immersive tech, multiple forms of immersive tech to promote anything. We have a Spider-Man movie that's being promoted with a VR game and a Snapchat lens. So we're gonna give this, it wasn't very intuitive. So it took me a little while to get used to the controls. And I would say that even after the tutorial, I still didn't feel comfortable. And we probably played this, I only gave it about 30 minutes. But in that 30 minutes, I still felt like I hadn't quite gotten the hang of everything that's going on. So review of this game, it's got my Spidey senses at about 2.5 web out of 5. Moving on, in the next episode, what am I talking about? I got too distracted. I went in and I was starting going around. For our second story of the day, I couldn't do this show without alluding to the fact that here in the United States of America, I'd be doing a disservice to this great country if I didn't somehow point it to virtual reality. So I went on the internet and I found this for you guys, and I tried to find what is the most American thing that you could think of, and that's rejecting tyranny and overthrowing government. So I looked to see if I could find a Revolutionary War experience. Can you imagine in a classroom being able to put on a VR headset and visit any time in American history, in world history? Can you imagine if we could put on this headset and take a step back to the battlefield, take a step back to the Emancipation Proclamation, to be there for that moment, to be there with our founding fathers and experience these events? And when you look at it from a virtual reality perspective, it's as simple as filming a video. We're filming a 360 video that can be put on a headset. It's a simple process, and I think as we go along, and we know the value of teaching in VR. So we had a moment with Northeast High School based out of Clarksville. When you look at teachers that are going above and beyond the call of duty to make sure that their students get the best education possible, these teachers from Northeast High School, what they did is they came down and they looked at how can we implement virtual reality into their schools? How do we make it to where tomorrow we can start teaching in virtual reality? We know the benefits of teaching, the retention rate, the fact that you have their undivided attention when they're in a headset. You can't pretend your way through virtual reality. And these teachers, they already had headsets. They already had planned to get headsets. They know the future. They're already developing in Unity. I want to know from you, how would you like to see virtual reality in the classroom? Watch out, Miss Frizzle. Virtual reality is kicking down the door. For our third story of the day, we're talking LIV. If you've seen any videos of Beat Saber online, you'll notice that there's a person standing in a virtual reality space. Before, this was accomplished with green screen and complicated software, but now LIV is announcing that you don't need a camera anymore. You don't need to film yourself at all because they're introducing avatars. And what these avatars do is it makes it to where you don't need anything but a headset in the game. And what they have is all these games that are listed that are supported, and you can go on and you can start streaming your gaming. You know what? I see a little bit of gaming on the Actuality VR YouTube page. So what do you feel? Do you feel like we need to have a virtual reality magic school bus experience? Do we need a Bill Nye the Science Guy VR experience? What do you think? How do you think virtual reality can be best used to teach our kids in the classroom? Guys, it's a blast recording these shows. I hope that you guys get some value out of it. If you have any further questions, because we only have so much time on this show, there's only so much that we can talk about in such a short segment. So if at any point you want to talk further about any article that we've talked about in the show, definitely leave a comment down below. If you're watching on YouTube, please, it'd be amazing. It would be so good if you just subscribe on YouTube. Listen, we're hurting on YouTube. Let's just show, if you're watching on Facebook right now, what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video. I want you to pop. I'll be waiting for you when you get back. As always, guys, I definitely appreciate you coming here. I wouldn't do this were it not for you guys. So again, thank you. We're coming up with all kind of crazy surprises on the show. Let's go. Let's go. All right, next week. Well, you have a good week. We'll see you later.